And then the last question is, sorry, miss.
Mm-hmm.
The last,
So we are starting for paper 2 revision IGCSE, right?
yes.
In paper 2, in the CS paper, they will give you 15 marker question which will be based on arrays. Maybe two-dimensional array, maybe one-dimensional array, maybe mixture of one-dimensional and two-dimensional, or maybe multiple one-dimensional array. But it will be scenario-based question. So most of the time, whatever scenario they are giving you, usually you don't need to declare them. But for other questions, it is compulsory that you should know how to declare any array. So if you are declaring any array with one dimension, declare then the array name identifier means user defined word colon array one. This is lower bound, it is al. This is upper bound. So if you are writing declare student name colon array 1 colon 30 of string, this means in a memory, in a primary memory, in a RAM, you are occupying 30 memory cells in a continuous manner, and maybe the starting index 1 or maybe 0. Okay, because IGCSE allow you to start the array with index 1. So if you are writing index 1 at the start, it's okay. Or if you are starting array with the index 0, then also it is fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last index is 30. And in case you are starting your array with 0 index, then in that case, the last index is 29. This array will hold a string, or what it is holding, student names, right? If you
Mhm.
want to declare, so today what we are going to do, we will discuss some 15 marker question, and we will also discuss and we will also write the pseudocode. I wrote this code. It is in Java, but like I will help you to understand it, and I will uh, like we will write it in a pseudocode format also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want to declare any two-dimensional as array, let's say declare uh, ARR, then colon array. If you are writing this is lower bound of row, this is upper bound of row. So this is for row, and after comma, this is for column. So this is the lower bound of column, this is the upper bound of column. So if you are writing 1 colon 3 comma 1 colon 4, so can you tell me how many rows we have in this array?
Yeah, so here there's
Hmm.
one, two, three, there's three,
Rows. So this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3. How
and
many
then
columns we will have?
four,
4
four.
columns. So this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, and this is column 4. Now, Gia, tell me if I want to fetch, or if I want to keep 20 at this location, because this array is of type integer. Array, what is array actually? Array is a static data structure. Static data structure means their size is fixed, and before their size is fixed, an array can store only same type of element. So array definition can also come in your exam, like what do you understand by linear array? So you will say that array is a static data structure where size is fixed. It can store same type of elements in continuous manner.
Okay.
Okay, so in continuous manner means you know this fact that RAM is divided into small cells, and when you are occupying some space in a continuous manner, so by this is the whenever you are occupying one pool in a memory and in a continuous manner, then we can say it's a array. Okay, quickly note down the definition of array, or if you
Okay.
already have, then it's okay.
I'll just note it one more time.
Mhm. Done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Now, tell me, I want to put something here inside this cell. So, what should I write? The name of this array is ARR.
So 2.
AR square bracket 2 square bracket 2. I'm taking wrong example. Let's say 20. So, 20 is here. I want
Yeah.
to keep something here. Let's say 50. So, what should I write? ARR
ARR will be 1, 4, 1 and then 4. Yeah.
1 and square bracket 1 square bracket 4, and we are putting 50. This means 50 is here. Now, whenever you want to access any specific value, any specific element from the array, you will write the array name, you will write the row index, and then the column index. Okay, so row index always appear before column index. Okay, Jia?
Yes.
Fine. Now, Now we are quickly practicing, or it's kind of warm up session. What you should know for two-dimensional array before like solving this noughts and crosses game. I- In your exam, they will definitely give you one two-dimensional array. So let's say this is the array, and this array is holding this data 21, 16, 19, 18, 13, 14. Okay. So the very first thing that you should know, how to find sum of all array elements. Let's say the array name is mat. Why mat? Because two-dimensional array are also known as matrix. Okay. So I'm considering that let's say that this array name is mat, and how we can find sum of all the array elements. Quickly tell me.
So of all the array elements, you can just do
Hmm.
can't you do sum and then just do the array? Put
Sum
sum
is
and
initially 0.
sum is initially 0, and then you can do 4.
Okay, if we want to write proper pseudocode, we have to declare sum, right? So what is the syntax of declaring sum? Declare sum colon integer, right? Whenever you want any variable like for your logic which is not given in your exam in your question paper, you should always declare it. So what is the syntax? IGCSE pseudocode syntax, you will write declare, then the variable name, then colon, and the data type. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right. So what should be the initial value of sum?
So the initial value of sum should be 0.
Right. Now,
Now you have to do 4.
yes, for loop for the row. Because how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3. How many columns we have? Again 3. And
Yeah.
this cell is at row 1, column 1. Row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3, row 2, column 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. This is 3, 1, this is 3, 2, this is 3, 3. So if you want to add all these elements, what you are doing, here the row number is constant, but the column number is 1, then 2, then 3. So for row 1, 2, 3, for call 1, 2, 3, what should I write inside it? Sum equal to?
Sum equals to the sum of whatever the
So what
first
will be
one.
the syntax?
So sum equals to sum plus um
Mat,
math row yeah,
row,
column.
column. Okay. Now next, I will change the questions and you will tell me the changes where I should do changes. Okay. Let's quickly revise all these basic concept first. Okay.
Okay.
So how these nesting of loops will work. First step is your row is 1. When your row is 1, this inner loop will work entirely. Column is 1, then column is 2, then column is 3. So when column is 1, what we are doing? Sum equal to sum plus mat r. And sum value was initially 0. So 0 plus mat row call. So row call means 1, 1. So this means 0 plus 20. 0 plus 20, which is 20. So 20 is the latest value of sum. Because you are inside the innermost loop, now we will increase the value of call. We cannot come outside from this call. So the value of call is 2 now. Then again we are executing this line, sum equal to sum plus mat row call. So sum was last time 20, 20 plus mat row is still 1 and call is 2, 1, 2. So basically we are taking this value 20 plus 15. After that call become 3. So 20 plus 15 plus mat 1 comma 3. So basically for every value of row, call loop will run entirely, and once this call loop is finished, next row means now row is 2. So row is 2, and then again we are taking entry here. Then for row 2, column is again 1, 2, 3, and you are just keep adding values in a sum, right?
Yeah.
And when your row is 3, column loop is again 1, 2, 3, and you are just like taking all the value. You are summing up all the values. Now I am changing the question. Sum of all, sum of each row. Sum of each row. So basically, what all questions are important in two-dimensional array? You should know how to find sum of all the elements of any 2D array. You should know how to find sum of individual row. You should know how to find sum of individual column. Diagonal, this is left diagonal. This is right diagonal. And you should know how to find maximum, how to find minimum. Okay. Average. So these questions are important. How you can find average? How many total elements you have? Row in times column is always the size of 2D array. So you can divide it by this size so that you can find average. Now sum of each row, what we will do inside this, what will be the changes, Ria? Oh, Gia, sorry.
In
Hmm.
the changes will only be that it says it'll just be
Hmm.
that it'll become times instead of.
No, sum of each row. We
Yeah, so it'll
want
become,
to
sorry,
print
so then
sum
it'll
of
become
every row. Huh?
so it'll say first it'll say it'll print the sum before it switches to the next
Uh-huh.
column.
So where should I put sum equal to 0?
So you put it right after it says next call, like right after it says next call.
Right after means here.
Yeah,
So instead of here, we can write this sum equal to 0 at this point,
yeah.
right? It's the same thing. Because if you are writing sum equal to 0 here, so in that case, you have to declare sum equal to 0 at this point also, outside the loop, right? But if you want to write this line only once, so the simple way is that before starting column loop, for each row, you should reset the sum. Okay. So in that case, what will happen?
In
When
that
your
case,
row is 1, right? When your row is 1, sum is 0. And then column loop will run completely for 1. So for 1 means 0 plus mat of 1, 1. Then column is 2. So plus mat of 1 comma 2. Then column is 3 means plus mat of column 1 comma 3 means all these values are added. At which point we should uh, print the sum? At which, after which line or before which line? Tell me. Because we
um,
have to print the sum of each row.
so yeah, it should be printed right after it says again in that same
Where?
again for row, like right under West, no, right after the next call.
Right after next call. So once you are done with the column loop, at the same time, you should output. You should output sum of row. If you want to print row number, what you will write? Sum of row is sum. So what output it will print? It will print sum of row 1 is, in this case, like whatever answer is coming. Let me keep 20 here. 40, 50, 55. So this will be the output. Sum of row 1 is 55. Yeah, sum of all elements. Sum of all elements of row. Okay, and then you can finish your next star. And once this next star is appearing, we are going back, and the value of row is 2. So once your value of row is 2, once your row is 2, sum is again 0. So basically, you are resetting sum before starting any next row. Okay, so that you are not adding things in the previous data. And then column is 1, 2, 3. So again, for row 2, 2, 1, basically mat 2, 1 plus mat 2, 2 plus mat 2, 3 is happening, right? And it
Yeah.
will add into the 0. So this means you are adding only 3 things in this case, means second number row. And after finishing this column loop, you are printing sum of all elements of row 2 is this sum. And then before, once you are starting row number 3 and before executing all the columns, you are again setting sum 0. Right? Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, question change. How we can find sum of all the elements of each column?
You can do the same thing except with columns.
What should I write? Like this, like 10, 20, 30, 50, 10, 10, 60, 10, 10. Let's say this is the array. The name of this array is, let's say, mat. This is row 1, row 2, row 3. This is row 1. This is column 1. This is 1, 2, 3. So this is column 1. Now, I want to print 60 here, 70 here, 80 is here. 60 plus 10 plus 10. Now, what should I do?
Um, now you do 4. You start with should you start with column or row?
Okay, you tell me, I will do this.
I
So,
don't know. Okay,
for,
so for column and then for
okay, column 1, 2, 3, then,
row 1, 2, 3.
okay, for row 1, 2, 3, then
Then
sum equal to
sum equals to sum plus
mat,
row at row and then call.
right, mat row call. Now,
And then
here we will declare sum 0, right? Right? Now look at this.
Yeah.
The index of this place is, the index of this place is 1, 1. This place is 2, 1. This place is 3, 1. So you can see here 1 is like constant, and then row index is changed because first index is always row. So it's good that you are starting your loop. If you are working on each column, then in that case you should run column loop first, because when your call is 1, row is 1, 2, 3. So when your call is 1, this is the first step. Call is 1, sum is 0. Now row loop will run entirely because this is the inner loop. So next row, and after this you should print output sum of all numbers of column call is sum, and then next call. So we are in the innermost loop. Row is 1. Sum equal to sum plus means 0 plus mat. Instead of mat, I am writing am only. Row comma call. So what is row? 1 comma 1 means we are taking this value. After that, next row means next row is 2. Sum equal to sum plus. Last time you have this value in sum, which is 10. You are adding mat of 1 comma 2. Oh, sorry. 1 comma 2, not 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1. Mat 2 comma 1 because the row number is 2. Then row become 3. So you are adding mat 2 comma 1. So here you can see the first index is changed 1, 2, 3, and the second index is always 1. So for each value of outer loop column, row will update completely and you are just keep adding. And once you finish this row loop, you are printing the values, and next call means go back and increase the value of call. So at this moment, call become, so for each value of row, now column become 2, sum is again 0. Sum is again 0. And then row 1, 2, 3. So basically you are adding mat 1 comma 2 plus mat 2 comma 2 plus mat 3 comma 2. Right? So you are adding this one. This is 1 comma 2. This is 2 comma 2 and this is 3 comma 2. So this is row 3 column 2. Row 2 column 2. Row 1 column 2. So for each outer value of column, row loop is working entirely. That's why sum should be in between these two loops, and after ending the inner loop, you are outputting the sum at the same time. Okay. Basically, before moving to the next column, you are printing the result. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you wrote this.
Yeah, I wrote
Take a
this.
screenshot. Okay. Done.
Okay.
Take a
Let me
screenshot.
see.
Hmm.
Okay, done.
Now, sum of all elements. You should know sum of all elements. You should know sum of each row, sum of each element of each column. And now you should know how to find sum of diagonal elements. Let's say 2, 6, 3. This is diagonal. So in this diagonal, this is row 1, this is column row 2, row 3, column 1, column 2, column 3. This is index 1, 1, this is 2, 2, this is 3, 3 index, right? So just tell me verbally what is the criteria? Sum is
So,
initially 0.
yeah, for row, and then it'll just have to be it only
Sum of only the diagonal elements.
so it'll have to be only if it has a only if it has only if row if mat if row equal call, then
Yes, if row equal to call. So if your row number is equal to column number. So inside this, what we will write, if row is equal to call, then only you are summing up the things. So sum equal to sum plus mat row call, right? And then and if, that's it, and if. So you are performing sum only for that criteria where row is equal to column number. Okay, otherwise you are not adding them. That's it. This is the logic of finding sum of left diagonal elements. Now, this is the right diagonal. This is right diagonal. So you can see this is row 1, column 3. This is row 2, column 2. This is row 3, column 1. There is a special relationship between R and row and column here, Gia. You can see 3 plus 1, 4. 2 plus 2, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. Right?
Yeah.
So what we can do in this case, your array is of size 3 by 3. Fine. Even if your, it's a set formula. Even if your array is of 4 by 4, let's say this is your array, 4 by 4 array. 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the columns. This is row 1, column 4. This is row 2, column 3. This is row 3, column 2. This is row 4, column 1. In this case, you can see the addition. 1 plus 4 is 5. So whatever size you have, it will give you like size plus 1. The addition of row plus col is always size plus 1, right? So formula is that if your array is of size n by n, square matrix. Square matrix means two-dimensional array where row and column numbers are same. So in this case, if you want to find elements of right diagonal, what is the formula? Row plus column is always n plus 1. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we will do, we will just change the criteria here. If you are finding sum of right diagonal element, what you will write? You will write row plus col is equal to n plus 1. Then only you are performing sum. Okay?
Yes.
And like you will decide in your exam what size they are giving you. So here I'm writing 4. Okay?
Okay.
Fine. So diagonals are also done. Now let's quickly discuss about the lower triangle and upper triangle. So let's say this is the array, 4 by 4 array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This part, including diagonal, is lower triangle. Okay?
Yeah.
So in lower triangle, you can see what you have. Row 1, column 1. Row 2, column 1. Row 3, column 1. Row 4, column 1. Row 2, column 2. Row 3, column 2. Row 3, column 3. Row 4, column 2. Row 4, column 3. Row 4, column 4. These elements are in your lower triangle. Now, how they are different from upper triangle? This is 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4. This is 2 comma 3. This is 2 comma 4. This is 3 comma 4. Can you tell me what is the difference between lower triangle and how this part is different from upper one?
This is different from upper one because the one side. Oh yeah, the it's then the row is greater than or equal to the column.
What is greater than?
The row is greater than or equal to the column.
Right. Row is always bigger here. 2 is always bigger than 1. 3 is bigger. 4 is bigger. 4 is this. Otherwise equal. In all other cases, 2 is lesser than, right? So you will run 2 loop, one for row, 1 to 4. Inside this, you will run another column for another loop for columns, 1 to 4. Inside this loop, you will check if row is greater equal to col, then only you are finding the sum. Okay? Yes, is this syntax is correct?
Yeah.
Sum equal to sum plus mat row col. And then and if, and this is next call, and this is next row. So The same thing for each value of outer loop. When your row is 1, column loop will run execute entirely 1, 2, 3, 4, and wherever row is greater equal to call. So first time only this scenario is matched. So we are adding this value. Next time your row become 2 and column is 1, 2. So next time these two values will be added. 2, comma 1, 2, comma 2 means we are adding these. When your row become 3, column loop will again run for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. So all these values will be added, right?
Yeah.
And if someone is asking you for the upper triangle, so upper triangle can also come. So upper triangle means this thing from here. Diagonal always added in a triangle. So if your column is always greater equal to row, then we will say it's a upper triangle, okay?
All
Right?
right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, let's quickly discuss about the highest and lowest element. Highest and lowest.
And
I think we don't need to discuss about average because average is simple. You will just divide the sum of all the elements with the total number, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's talk about the how to find the highest element. So let's say this is 3 by 4 array. 1, 2, 3, we have 3 rows, we have 4 columns. Columns means the vertical setting. Rows means the horizontal setting. Find highest from find highest element from this given array. So you tell me what should we do?
Okay, so highest element. Oh, you can just put like high is equal to 0 and then just do for loop and keep comparing with the high.
Right. And we can do like sometimes we can put -1 also. Like if your array is holding uh, positive numbers, then we can put 0. But high is a value which is all we have to set one variable high with the smallest value. Then we can compare it with all the other values. So for R 1, 2, 3, for call 1 to 4, we will compare all the elements. So if any of the elements, let's say array name is mat, if mat RC, you can write like this way also. If mat RC is greater than high, then what we will do?
Then high is equal to mat or C.
Right, then high equal to mat RC. And
But with the arrow, I think, miss, but I'm not sure.
yes, arrow, because in IGCSE assignment means arrow.
Yeah.
And if, and this is next C, and this is next R. Now, how it will work? Let's say we have these values 20, 10, 13, 14, 65, 18, 19, 30, 40, 90, 16. These are the values. So when R is 1, when your R is 1, C is also 1. We are in the inner loop. You are checking, is this mat RC? Is this mat 1, 1 is greater than high? So you are setting high with the smallest number, which is -1 or maybe 0. In IGCSE, you should set it 0. Okay. So is this 20 greater than 0? Yes. So you will update the value of high. So now your high is 20 at this moment. So high become 20. Next C means go back and increase the value of C. So the C loop will work entirely. Now C become 2. Now you are comparing, is this mat RC 1, comma 2 means this one is greater than high? No, it is not, because last time high was 20. Then you are not updating it. Then C become 3. Then you are comparing, is this 13 is greater than high? No, it is not. Then C become 4. Then you are comparing, is this 14 is greater than high? No. So nothing will happen. After that, like once you finish this innermost loop, the next R means go back and increase the value of R. Now R become 2. Once your R is 2, you are running this C loop entirely. For each outer value of row, you are running this column loop entirely. C is 1. You are checking, is this mat RC? R is 2, C is 1, is greater than high. So you can see 60. Is this 60 greater than high? Yes. You are updating your high. So high becomes 60. By this way, you are comparing all the elements. So basically what is happening? Whenever any upcoming number is greater than this existing high, you are updating your high. So once you will reach row 3 and column number 3, you are finding 90, which is greater than 60, and you are putting 60 here. Okay?
Okay.
Tell me in the same program what changes I should do so that I can find the smallest element.
Okay, so here you've got to do the same thing except just make it small and make it a really high number and then just compare it to if it's less than small, then
Right. So if is we are making one variable smallest, which is one big number, 9999, or you can decide during your exam. If your exam is saying that two-dimensional array is holding numbers between 1 to 100 only, let's say this is the question, that array is holding numbers between these things, then in that case you can set your smallest 101, because 101 is the biggest number, right? So in the exam,
yeah.
you can decide. And if it is not specifically mentioned, then you will create one variable smallest and you will set one really big number here and you will just change the sign. So if mat RC means if any of the upcoming number is lesser than this smallest, then smallest is equal to mat RC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are basic questions. Now, let me teach you. I'm stopping my whiteboard. I'm sharing my screen. Why I'm emphasizing on Noughts and Cross game? Because in I think in 2024 May exam, if I'm not wrong, they gave you one game based on two-dimensional array. And so that's why I think Noughts and Crosses, we should know how to write code of Noughts and Crosses, uh, because they are using this word in syllabus as well, right? You can see.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should like practice this code. So what is this code I'm showing you, and we will parallelly convert it into pseudocode. Okay. So what is this code? We are creating one 4 by 4 array, or in your exam they can give you any array, okay, of any size. So this is 4 by 4 array, or you can create 3 by 3 array. It's your chance. Or let's do 3 by 3. Let me create 3 by 3 array. Okay. So in this, what we are doing, we are creating one variable current player. So because someone will start maybe X or maybe 0, X or O. Okay. Is this fine?
Yeah.
So I'm just, let's say the current player is X. Okay. And if first time current player X is putting something here, then next time the chance will be for the player O, right?
Yes.
And you know the game. If all the rows have same value, means this person is winner whose value, like whose name is inside this, right? So if
Yes.
all the rows, I'm showing you the problem statement. Just 1 minute. It must be here. This is a problem statement. Take a screenshot, please. This is the problem statement. You are asked to create a simple two-player Noughts and Crosses game using a 3 by 3 grid. Each player takes turn to select a box on the grid to place either an X, cross, or O, knot. A player cannot choose a box that has already been selected. So we have to take care of this thing in our code. The game ends when one player gets three of the same symbol in a row, either horizontally or in a column, maybe vertically or any diagonal. So, I don't need to explain this game. Like if these are same, then also he's the winner. In case this is same, then this O is winner. In case things are same vertically, then this means this is the winner. We can stop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all boxes are filled and no player have won. In case if this is the situation, then also we will tackle this. When all the places are filled, then also we have to show, okay, match draw, no one, there is no winner, right? So this is the problem statement. Allow two players to take turns and make sure they do not select the same box more than once. After each move, check if a player has won or if the game should continue. Because why it is important? But if let's say after third step, someone is winner, fourth step, then you should stop the game. Okay. So let me show you. You don't know Java, you know Python. That's why I will explain it through pseudocode. Okay. This is
Okay.
the line to declare any two-dimensional array in Java, but you really don't need to know how to declare array in Java or in Python, because most probably they will not apply any constraint that you have to write the code in programming language. Okay. The main focus of IGCSE is on logic only. Okay. So it is advisable that you should go with pseudocode. So we are declaring how to declare. Then please keep writing, Gia. Okay, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
I'm declaring one 2D array of type char, single char, because this X is char and this capital O is also a char. Char means single data type, single character in a single code, right?
Yeah.
Code is a 2D array. The upper bound, the lower bound of row is 1, the upper bound of row is 3. Okay. Then we are initializing. We will initialize this board. I'm writing this code, okay, in pseudocode. Like initialize means you have to set it for dash dash so that initially it should be blank. So for row 1 to 3, for call, for each row and for all the columns, the board is initially dash hyphen sign. Okay, we need this hyphen sign because if in the board array, if in your 2D array of 3 by 3 there is no hyphen sign and meanwhile you didn't get any winner, this means match is draw and you have to stop the process. Okay,
Okay.
so next call and this is next star. So it's just a one time process to set the board with blank values. From this part to this part, I hope everything is clear.
Yeah, this everything's clear.
Okay. Now, once your board is available, now you have this kind of board. This type of setup is ready. Okay, this is your 3 by 3 board. I'm creating one variable current player. So in pseudocode, I'm creating current player. In pseudocode, please make sure that whenever you are creating variable, it should be capital letter. There must be like, there should not be, I'm not saying must, there should be, you should like follow the naming convention that adjoining word should always start with a capital letter. There is no underscore, no space. Okay. So I'm creating one variable current player and we are starting the game with the X, capital X. Okay. And I'm creating another variable winner, which is initially blank. So I'm just like leaving it blank. Or okay, winner is blank, the blank. Fine. Then once you will like get the winner, you will stop the process. So for starting the game, I'm using one loop. So while in capital letter in IGCSE. So while your winner is not declared, why your winner is blank 2 means keep playing. Because winner is not declared, so keep playing until you have some winner or maybe the board is filled. Okay. So these are the two situations in which we can come out. In the loop, I'm calling one procedure and the procedure name is display. Call display. So display is very easy for you to understand. We will just run a like, I'm writing it separately, procedure. At end, you can write this procedure. Procedure display. And in the procedure, we are just printing our board for our 1, 2, 3, for call 1, 2, 3, just output board RC and some blank space and then next and next. So basically only this thing is happening in display and then end procedure. If in your exam they are not asking you to write procedure, then you can write these 3 lines here only. Okay. Because we don't know what they will ask, how you will write the code. We are not sure. We are not sure whether this program will come or not. But you should know how to apply logic, and it can come in any form. Maybe they can ask you to make different procedures. So you should know how to put logic in different procedures. Okay, for now, I'm just printing here for, or let's say call display, because display is not a big deal. So we are just calling procedure display. Okay, display entire board. After that, repeat. I'm using repeat. Why I'm using repeat? Because of this thing I'm showing you here. You can see it is Java, but it's okay. If it's not clear to you, it's okay. Because this is your board. Obviously, you will ask your current player, okay, on which row and on which column you want to put X. This is row 2, this is row 3, this is row 1, this is column 1, 2, 3. So you will ask your player now where you want to put this mark, right? So that's why repeat until. Or why repeat until? Because you want to validate if user is inputting row number 4. So row number 4 doesn't exist here. If user is putting, the current player is putting row 0, so row 0 is not available here. And if let's say X is already placed here or O is already placed here, and then if some player is putting 3, 3 again, then also we will stop them ki, okay, you can't put another character here because this place is already filled, right? Right? So there are there are multiple criteria. So repeat, what we are writing in a repeat loop, output, player X or O. So player, what is the name of this variable? Current player. Player, current player, enter row and column. Enter row and column. This is the message. Then this player will input the row and this player will input the column. on which he wants to put the X or O. For now, current player is X, so we will put X somewhere. After asking this to the, we are asking the same row and column number from the player. Until what? Until row is greater equal to 1 and row is lesser equal to 3 and call is greater equal to 1 and call is lesser equal to 3 and board of row call is equal to hyphen. This is the criteria we are putting in until statement. And how this repeat until work? Very first step is we are checking, is this winner is blank string? Yes, it is. We are calling display procedure and we are printing the entire board, which is initially blank. Repeat means it's a repeat until is a loop. How it works? If the criteria in the until is false, if it is false, this means go back and read the things again. So the very first step is read everything. Second step is check the criteria, whatever you are putting in the until. Third step is go back in case the until is giving you false. Okay, so until these criteria are true, we are in a loop. So first time we are taking entry in the loop. What output is coming? Player X. Player X, please enter row and column. Player X, please enter row and call. So input row and call. So let's say this player is inputting row 2 and call 3. Fine. Now we are checking. Is this 2 greater than 1? Yes, it is. Is this 2 lesser than 3? Yes, it is. And is this column 3 greater than 1 and lesser than 3? Yes. And is this board row 3 equal to hyphen? Yes, it is. Then this means come out from the loop. And at this position, you should insert the value. So board of row call is equal to current player, because current player is X. So here we are 2, 3 means here we have X at this position. Okay. At this position, we have X. Now let's say we have X here. Second time, not for now, like we will write other things also. So let's say this 2, 3 is already filled. You are asking player O. Please input row and column. Let's say this player is putting row 2 and call 3 again. So because this 2, 3 is not equal to hyphen, that's why again we will come inside the loop and we will ask the user again, please enter row and call again, because these entries are not valid. Are you getting this?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so this is the way of asking user. Now, update winner, like how we will update the winner, because ultimately we have to come out from this while loop. Okay. So I'm explaining it on whiteboard. I need some space. Just 1 minute. Okay. Fine. So we have a board and this board is of 3 by 3. Current player is X right now. Whenever you are, and this tip is for like every question. If you are creating any variable which is not given in your question, you should declare it. I'm not declaring here, but you should declare it and you should comment it, why you are using it. So current player can be X or O. Full is equal to true. I'm creating one variable full, which is of type boolean. So how you will declare it? At the top, you will declare it. You will write declare in capital full colon boolean. This true indicates that game draws, because if your 2D array is full and there is no winner, this means game draw. Winner is nil. So initially I was taking blank entry, but I'm taking nil this time. This variable will hold winner name if there is any. While winner is equal to nil, we are doing something. Okay. So what we are doing? we have this part. Whenever in your exam you are writing any logic, at the top, before at the top of this loop, you should describe why you are using these loops and what is happening inside this loop. So in this part of code, we are just displaying the board. So for r equal to 1, for c equal to 1 2 3, and for all the rows and column, we are outputting board. Then in the next part, I'm using repeat until. And what is the use of this repeat until loop? Repeat until loop is usually, we use it for the validation purpose. If you want to take any input from the user which is following the given criteria, it is like highly advisable that you should use repeat until in all kind of validations. So before this repeat until, again I'm writing comment accepting valid row and column from the current player. So if this is your board, and if someone is inputting row, let's say 6 column 1, so this is invalid entry. Is this 6 greater than 1? No means you see you are using and operator and logical operator everywhere. And what is the working of and? If any of the criteria is false, the entire situation is false. And if this situation is false, you will go back in the repeat until loop and you will read the things again. So player acts enter row and column. Now let's say second time this player is inputting 1 1. So 1 1 means okay, this criteria is met because this is already blank, so we will allow them. So once you will come out from this loop, you will write board row call is equal to current player. So current player is X, so we are putting X at this position, or any position, whatever position you are giving here, we are putting here. Okay, I'm taking another position. Let's say the first time row is 2 and call is 3. So the meaning of this line is that X will be copied here at this position. Now, after that, every time, whenever, whatever character you are putting in your 2D array, after every insertion, you should check the possibility of game over. So now, in the next part, we will check winner. Who can be the winner? So how you will decide winner? So if horizontally any of the row, if in any of the row all the characters are same, either X, all the X, either all the O's, this means this is the winner. So there are various possibility here. We are running one loop for I 1 2 3. If board of I1 is not equal to hyphen, means this is the scenario. You are checking, first time you are checking first row. This is not hyphen. This type of situation means this is row 1, this is column 1, 2, 3. So if board of I1, what is I? I is 1. If board of 1, 1 is not equal to hyphen, and at the same time, board of I1 is equal to board of I2, and this means you are checking these two values are same. Board of I1 1 is equal to board of 1 2, and at the same time, let me write here. Board of I2 is equal to board of I3. You are actually checking the rows entries. Okay. Then who is your winner? Your winner is I1. Your winner is equal to board of I1. And then I'm checking for column entries also. This is IGCSE, so you will write all the keywords in capital letter. So this is if, this is else in capital letter, and there is another if inside this. Now I'm checking for this code. This is the code for check same values in any row. Here I am about to write a code to check, do we have same values in any column? Can you help me? What should I write? First tell me, is this clear what I'm writing in this if?
Yeah.
Okay, first let's say I'm not writing else, let's say next. I am
So
ending this loop. So
yeah.
first time your I is 1. I is 1 means this is 1 1. This is
Yeah.
not equal to hyphen. Yes, it is not. Let's say it is not. Then you are checking, is this 1 1 is equal to 1 2? Let's say yes,
No.
it is. Then you are checking, is this 2 equal to 1 2 equal to 1 comma 3? Yes. This means this person is your winner. This X is your winner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say this is not, it's not a possibility. Like this row 1, we don't have any winner here because this X is not equal to, this is 1 1 2 3. So I is 1 1 comma 2 is not equal to this value. This means he is not your winner. Then I become 2 gradually. So I is 2 here. Let's say this time here we all have O. So I is 2. So you are checking, is this 2 1 not equal to hyphen? No, it is not because big O is here. Is this board I 1? I means 2. 2 1 means this
Yeah.
place is equal to 2 comma 2. Yes, it is. These are same. But at
Yeah.
the same time, this should also be the third column. So that's why we are checking this. Is this I comma 2? I means 2. 2 comma 2 is equal to 2 comma 3. Yes, it is. This means this is your winner. Oh, winner equal to board of I1. I is 2. So 2 comma 1
I
means,
too.
right? Are you
Mm-hmm.
understanding this code?
Yeah.
Now, let's say we are not finding our winner in this type of pattern. Let's say pattern is something like this. Okay, so you can see in this row, you don't have any winner because things are not same. Second row, there is no winner. Third row, there is no winner. But you can see
Yeah. There's a
none
column
entries
in.
are same, means this is the winner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
now this time what you will write, you will not finishing this loop here. You will just change the position of I. If board of 1I is not equal to hyphen. So 1I means row is 1. Row is 1, but column is also 1 for now. And board of 1I is equal to board of 2I. So you can see every time I'm changing the row numbers. Okay, this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3. So I'm using 1 here, 1 here, 2 here. But in the second index, I'm using just I because I is constant.